So, good afternoon, everyone. My topic is the performance comparison of classification algorithms for diagnosis of mastitis disease in the dairy animals. So, when we come to the real world statistics, this the agriculture and livestock, it has an important place in the world that should be taken care. And this mastitis is a disease that occurs in milk giving organisms. It can be any dairy animal, for example cow, sheep, goat, etc. So this mastitis, it is of two kinds. That is, one is the clinical and subclinical. So this clinical, it is visible and it can be treated in the early stage and in easy manner. That shows the visible changes in the organisms. But in case of subclinical, these symptoms are invisible and it is difficult to treat, and also the high rate of death is because of the subclinical mastitis. So the early diagnosis and treatment for these type of animals, especially dairy animals, which is very useful to a human being, is required so that the we can save the lives of them, as the lifespan of those animals will be shorter. And for this diagnosis, we are using the data mining methods for the early prediction and treatments given to them. And in the data mining, the category which we are choosing is the classification algorithms. And in this section, we are going to compare the performance of the classification algorithms, such as the algorithms support vector machines, random forest, KNN, and Naive Bayes, and also J48. So here, the what is mastitis? It is an unsanitized milking process or a transmission of infection pathogens or a hygiene of shed that is uh, found in the animals' lobes. So this is the statistics that shows the microbial culture of. So this is found on Google, where it shows the reasons or causes for mastitis. That is the organisms' microbial activities that lead to mastitis. Coming to literature survey, the first paper goes with the bacterial profiling and development of molecular diagnostic assays for the detection of bacterial pathogens associated with bovine mastitis. Bovine mastitis is nothing but the mastitis. So here, this framework, it describes the complete information of the disease, how it is caused, how it can be prevented, what are the causes, what is the effect of that disease on the animals, and all the socio causes, economic, and all the effects that happens on the society. The second paper goes with the dairy cow activity as a potential management tool for detection of clinical mastitis. That is, here we are going to survey about the healthy cow and also the infected cow. The activities of each animals will be seen, and the uh, parameters are considered for the detection and the diagnosis. These based on these data that are taken, we are going to implement the algorithms and input the data to the algorithms for the diagnosis. And the third one goes with determination of the effect of somatic cell count on other measurements and subclinical mastitis with data mining method. That is, somatic cell count, it is one of the factor that we are going to detect the mastitis disease in the animals. Also, we'll consider the electrical conductivity. These all are the factors in which we will get it from milk. The milk factors are these which leads to the detection of the disease. So this the count of these cells will brief you about the activities of the cow and their healthier life, how at what stages are the diseases, is it is in early or can we treat or not, like that. It just analyze that part of the section. Then the fourth one goes with the performance classification evaluation of J48 algorithm and Kendall's based J48 algorithm. Here, this algorithm is used for the detection of danger in the given data set. So when a data set is given, how best the performance of the J48 random forest and K in J48 works. That is, here this paper, it improves the accuracy of classification and performance time, and this can be used for the future enhancement of the diagnosis of mastitis. In the current paper, the methodology goes with the inputs given to the classification algorithm. As mentioned, we have taken 5 of them, and the attributes given are cow ID, lower, upper, status, higher, quarter. So this giving attributes to these classification algorithms gives the results of positive or negative of the mastitis disease. So firstly, coming to the first classification algorithm, J48, it is a decision tree of roots, branches and leaves. Here the decision tree of ID3 algorithm is considered, and the attributes which we give accordingly, they are going to calculate the information gain, and the best attribute is selected as a root node and the tree is constructed. At the leaf node, we are going to get the class or the classification, that is the decision whether positive or negative based on the attributes. So the internal nodes can be another attribute. Again, you're going to, it is an iterative process of calculating the gain and classifying the uh, attributes of the animals that are given as an input. So the second one goes with the random forest algorithm. This is a rule-based algorithm. It determines the relationship between the inputs and the data dependent variables. So this gives the this takes many decision trees combined together and generates a final rule-based classification, so that many subsets of the decision trees can be condensed and evaluated once, that can be analyzed once. So in orderly, it classifies the attributes and classify the class which we are going to input. And the third one is the support vector machine. This is the supervised learning model. It works with the associate learning. This performs well in the data sets with complex and also the outliers. Outliers are nothing but the points which are not in the cluster, that is, which is a far very rare cases like that type of in realistic. So those are like in non-linear systems, we are going to see these things. So these non-linear systems are nothing but like which doesn't change based on the input and output, that is with their independent of input and output. And this SVM, it makes generalization of data because it avoids overfitting. Overfitting is nothing but is a modeling error which is close to the function which is limited data. So the next one is K nearest neighbor, that is KNN algorithm, especially used for the classification by the calculation of the distance between the new data and element that is in the training set calculated. Clusters of nearest K are determined and the classes of the new value is determined accordingly. So K is taken randomly, and it is one of the non-parametric, that is it takes fixed number of attributes parameters as an input. So next one is the Naive Bayes to determine the classes in which the data belong to with probabilistic calculation. That is, the probabilities are calculated for each classes and accordingly they are classified. So this probabilities are calculated using the Bayes theorem. Then in the current survey paper, the data set chosen is this. It contains 400 values, 400 data sets. The attributes are cow ID, lower, upper, midpoint, status, Hillier, quarter. And this data set, it includes 400 instances and 7 attributes taken from 100 cows monthly from each breast lobe. So these attributes, cow ID is the number given to each cow individually, and the lower is the minimum value of electrical conductivity. This electrical conductivity, this is nothing but the Na plus and Cl ions concentrations in the milk that is produced by the cows individually. It varies to the different animals. So if a cow is infected by an mastitis, then the concentration of this Na plus and Cl ions, it will increases. Whereas in normal cows, healthy cows, it will be neutral. So this is one of the factors that is going to decide the uh, detection. That means that leads to detection of mastitis positive or negative. So the values are like lower, upper, midpoint, and many. Then the status with the disease status or what state like that. Then the higher it is, it expresses the number of births made by the cow, and it shows which lobe in the breast, the quarter, like as the cow has 4 lobes, in which lobe we are going to find the mastitis. That each characteristics of the lobes are considered. So as briefing out the paper, as it mentioned, when we give the inputs to all these classification algorithms, the best performance is gained by J48 algorithm, where it takes the procedure of ID3. Based on the data sets, it's going to perform well. The performance varies as the data set changes, and uh, we can say that J48 is the best. Based on the data set, it varies. The performance accuracy varies. So how we are going to analyze the result is that we are considering the 4 factors, that is the true positive, true negative, false positive, and false negative. These are nothing but factors of the confusion matrix. Confusion matrix is nothing but used for the comparison of performance of algorithms. So this table gives the sensitivity and the precision value of classification algorithm. This is generated when we evaluate the algorithm by giving the inputs. So how we are going to calculate the accuracy, sensitivity, and precision is using these formulas. And the results, this is the table that shows the results, the accuracy value, the confusion matrix for the each classification algorithm, and MAE, RNSC, kappa. These are the 3 additional factors. This MAE is nothing but mean absolute error, which is used to predict the errors. Like for each predicted class, how much is the error? That is how many true, how many positive, how many negative, with compared with the actual prediction. The mean of that is calculated. Another factor is the RMSE. It is nothing but root mean square error. This is calculated by the difference between values which are predicted by model and values actually observed. So the another factor is the kappa. This is the statistics. It shows how much difference or variation that is found in the classification when we consider the actual prediction. And these are all the factors which are used to calculate the performance of the performance evaluation of these classification algorithms. Coming to the conclusion, these quality of milk taken from the animal decreases if the animal is infected by mastitis, and the clinical mastitis symptoms are like visible, and the death rates are bit high when compared. Symptoms of symptoms in of subclinical mastitis, it is a bit difficult to identify, that is which is invisible. So the early diagnosis, it gives a great importance so that we can save hello, am I audible? ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ network problem ಆಯಿತು. So this estimation of classes of new future values by training data set to algorithms. Hello.
Hello, explain ಮಾಡು.
Okay. As the analysis done, the J48 algorithm gives the best results, that is the 98% compared to other algorithms. So the future work can be done as implementing these current research in dairy farms, regularly giving checkups to the cows, or collecting the data frequently, and diagnose them in an early stage. And ideally, this software would exist to automatically monitor activities on the dairy cows, so that we collect the attributes in such a way that it gives the effective classification of the detection of the mastitis disease. And also we can use KN-J48 instead of J48 for the higher performance, and that shows the greater performance on the data set as mentioned in the 4th paper literature survey. So these are the reference papers 3, and thank you.
Thank you.